last 14 months that I've been in this company. And if it wasn't for people like Mr. Darren Birks, whose belief in this company is incredible, and these products have helped him so tremendously that he has helped us all grow. So listen to him, take notes, write down, take pictures. So Mr. Darren Birks, if you please come up and share some knowledge.
Still feeling lively?
Yeah!
All right. So, before I get started, I need to know who's the most emotional people in the crowd right now. We're going to need some tissues. Let's throw this in the other direction. As I can say, shit's like get real. I'm going to talk to you about one of the most important things in your life. Not just in Kyani, not just in Team Fusion, but your whole entire life, is your why. And you hear us talk about this over and over and over and over again. If you're not taking it seriously, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because your why is what's going to motivate you every single day. Have you ever seen this movie?
Yeah.
If you haven't, go watch it again. Especially after being in this business, because it will make you see a whole different movie now the second time you watch it. My first summer in the business, I had my whole team over and we watched this video on repeat every single day with Wolf of Wall Street playing out. Your why is what makes you accomplish what you need to accomplish on your worst days. So many people despise rainy days or days that are not optimal. Like last Tuesday, it was terrible. I love days like that because those are the days that I get ahead of everybody else. Because those are the days that people take off. If you really want to accomplish your goals and dreams, you can't take those days off. It's what you get done on your worst day that makes that difference. So my why. A lot of you guys have heard me talk about my why. I'm going to share a different side of it today. For those who don't know, my parents passed away of cancer. My mom died when I was 14, my father died when I was 21. I loved my parents more than anything in this world. I was more a mama's boy than anything. But when my father passed, it really, really hit me hard. Because that was my last safety net. Like a lot of people, if you still have your parents around, you're very, very lucky. Because you don't realize how scary it is to go through this world and not have a parent's love to be there to support you. Because that's like walking a tightrope, a high wire rope without a net. And it's petrifying. But what's even more petrifying is being the parent and knowing that your time's about to come that you're going to pass on and not knowing if your kid's going to be financially stable or not. See, my mom, she died of a heart attack during chemo one day when I was at football practice. So hers was rather quick, which at the time was extremely painful, but in hindsight, after what I watched with my father, actually was a blessing that she went so quick. My father wasn't so lucky. I watched him go through chemo and radiation. I watched his body die before he actually died. He actually had a stroke 4 days before he died, and he didn't have a visible heartbeat, and only had a breath about every 3 minutes for the last 2 days of his life. It was absolute torture to watch it. But right before, the day before he had that stroke, I took him to the bank because we had to close out his bank accounts. And on that ride, I'll never forget it, this man who was a Marine, a proud, hard-working American man, just looked so defeated. Not because of his illness, because he knew he was about to go clean out his bank account to leave me and my two brothers what he had left. And unfortunately, he had to turn to me and say, Darren, I'm sorry. He had $5,000 to give me and my two brothers. He's like, this isn't enough to go to school. This isn't enough to buy tools to start a business. This isn't enough for a house. I did everything I could. I'm sorry. And that moment will always sit with me. Because that's my why. That's my why I get up on days that most people don't want to get up. That's my why I was doing slides for the regional until 3 o'clock in the morning and still was here at 9 o'clock before everybody else. Because I'll never let that happen to my kids. I'll never let that happen to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But my second why, because you can have multiple whys, is your why. I fell in love with being able to help you guys accomplish your why. Anybody want to share their why real quick?
About 2.5 years ago, my nephew was diagnosed in October with a very rare tumor. He was 9 months old when he passed away 4 months later. He spent the last 4 months of his life in a hospital. He got to go home twice. Once was for Christmas, and he immediately went back to the hospital the next day. In February, Boston Children's Hospital did a scan, and they said, "We're sorry, there's nothing left we can do." He got accepted into a trial at St. Jude's. 24 hours later, they flew him down there. Within that 24 hours, his cancer had spread so much, St. Jude said, "There's nothing we can do. Go home." I'm grateful that he got to pass at home with my sister, but it kills me every day that this child never got to learn to walk, talk, feed himself, that half of his life was spent with tubes in his body in a hospital. And I am never, ever going to take advantage of the fact that I get to live every day. And because of him, I'm going to do anything I can to prevent myself from getting cancer, to prevent others from getting this awful disease that can just take your life in a heartbeat. So I do this for him. I also do it for my husband. He has been extremely supportive of me for every adventure that I have. We've been together 18 years. He's had me start 2 businesses and has supported me every second. And as a result, he has never got to do what he wanted to do in life. And it's time that I change that for him so that he can live his dreams as well as mine. So that's why I'm here.
Single day. That's why I don't give a shit who says no to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Ever. That's why I never gave up. That's why when there was 2 of us in a yoga room in Braintree, in a smelly yoga room, saying, "You know what, let's launch this here," and everybody laughed at us. I said, I'm still going to be here 5 years from now. I'm still going to be here 10 years from now with an army of people. Anybody else want to share their why?
Yeah. Oh.
Fighting over it.
So my name is Dawn LeBorn, and 3.5 years ago, I received a phone call that most people never think they will get. And I was at home. I had my mother-in-law is in need of a liver transplant, so we had just had her move in with us. I have 3 children. At the time, my daughter was 14, and my twin boys were 5. And so I decided it was time I got back to my financial peace plan, and I started cutting coupons. And at 10:35, my phone rang, and my father-in-law had said my husband was in an accident, and he had just bought a motorcycle 4 days before, and he was a very safe driver. He went through DOT training, he wore his helmet. I did not want him to get the motorcycle, but because we didn't want the debt, because I had a plan of financial freedom, and he wanted a motorcycle, so he got a motorcycle, and I was really mad, I was pissed. I was like, I'm gonna kill him when I see him, he's probably got broken legs, and I have to go to work, and his mother's living with us now. And when I got there, I work in the medical field, and I used to work in an emergency room, and they brought me to the consultation room. And if anybody knows what a consultation room is, it's not a good room to go to. And I had called my friends, and I had sent out prayer requests, and my niece came. She works in the ER. And they came in, and they said, he's unconscious, he's intubated, and we just don't know what's wrong with him. And when the doctor came in, he told us that my husband had suffered a brain injury, and the brain is a black box, and you just never know what's going to happen. So we didn't know if he would live or die. We didn't know if he would make it through the night. We have a power of prayer, and prayer works, and Matt survived through the night, and we watched his brain through an ICP monitor, which monitors the swelling. At the time, my kids were supposed to start high school, and my boys were starting kindergarten. And Matt was in a coma for 14 days. He spent 3 weeks at Bay State Medical Center. He spent another month out in Boston at Spalding. And he had to learn to do everything again. He had to learn to walk. He had to learn to talk. He had to learn to function. And so my why, and I met Suzanne. I was so thankful I met her. She was very helpful in another business. And I remember when she called me, and because I know her story, and because I know how she treats her body, she told me she was leaving that business. And I said, well, if you're doing something, I want to know about it. And of course she knew me, so she sent me a couple videos on brain injuries and PTSD and anxiety and depression. So my husband can't work. He probably never work again. He's very high functioning. And my kids are resilient and they're wonderful, but he suffers with a lot of anxiety and depression. He's been in the hospital 3 times for wanting to kill himself because pretty much his life, besides the fact that he can't see he still has a life with his family, his life was taken from him, everything he did. So I know this product helps. I've seen his amazing transformation. We used to call him, well, I called him Eeyore behind his back because he was always like, love me and own me life. And I'd be like, dude, just put the feet on the ground and keep going forward. That's all you can do. And he's totally like Tigger because of Kayani. Like I have to tell him, stop talking to me because you're talking too much and I'm not used to that. And I have a son with ADHD and it's helped him with clarity and with focus. And I just feel like it's really brought our life back together. And I just feel like it's great for anybody. And that's why I have 15 customers because I think that everybody should try it. I want the financial freedom because I want to spend more time with my kids. And my daughter just finished high school yesterday, and she's going off to college. And so my why is my husband and my kids, and because the product's just freaking amazing.
Yeah. So that's a perfect example of how Suzanne's why attracted somebody else, and that's what this business is all about. Is you're in it to stop for your why, but your why ends up attracting other people and getting other people to understand that they can achieve their why as well. So for those of you who might not have such a clear-cut why, we're going to do a little exercise. So take out a piece of paper. If you don't have a piece of paper, ask your neighbor for a piece of paper. We're going to make 5 boxes, just like this. Make sure you have room for 5. Is that right? Make sure you have room for 5 lines in each box. I'm going to be like a teacher and look up when you're done. Alright, so the top box is going to be 5 people that are most important people in your life. And the next box will be the 5 top places in your life that mean the most to you. Followed by memories. Your top 5 favorite memories. Memories that you couldn't live without. Then 5 things. Whether it be a TV, a car, a blankie. I have one of those. And lastly, 5 goals. Give you a minute to write this. please make sure with the people, don't just write parents. It has to be one or the other. Mother, father, that counts as 2. Kids, if you have more than 1 kid, it counts as individual. So I guess if you have 7 kids, 1's getting left out. You can't cheat off other people's papers. It's not that kind of test. It's not that kind of test.
That's gonna work.
All right. So, I need you to cross off 5. Cross off 5 items.
In each one?
One in each.
So this means it doesn't matter. It could be any, it could be one category. It could be one from each. But this means that those 5 things are no longer in your life.
Wait, say
Cross off 5 things off your list, and imagine that those 5 things are no longer in your life. Stop.
I don't
Oh,
like
I
that
know.
game.
It gets worse. We good?
Yeah.
Cross off 5 more. Oh, it gets worse. Hard decisions. Good? Cross off 5 more.
Sorry, man, you gotta go.
This might backfire. This might backfire. Cross out 4 more. 19 things crossed off. Look at me. Cross out 3 more.
Hi, Mom. 3.
This makes me feel like a bad person, Darren.
Yeah.
After you cross out 3 more, you get the point behind this.
I gotta get rid of my husband. I can't.
So these 3 things that are left are the 3 most important things in your life. How hard was it to get to these 3?
Very.
Very hard, right? That's life.
Yeah.
In life, you have to make hard decisions. In life, you have to make sacrifices. You can't do everything for everybody. That's what this is all about, is realizing what's the 3 most important things in your life. The most important things in your life is what you should be working towards every single day. Every single day. And this box right here is what you say you care about. We all hear people talk about, I care about my family. I care about my goals. I care about being able to retire and make extra money and live a life that I want to live. I want to be able to travel, right? We all talk about this is the stuff that we want. We say this is what we care about, right? This is what we actually spend time doing on a daily basis. A job away from the family that you so ever care about. TV that does nothing to help you with any of this at all. Temporary relief. That could be the bar. That could be drinking on the weekend to forget about the week until Monday comes. How often in life every day do you actually do things that are going to help you achieve your goals, your dreams? help your family have a better life. Because what we say we care about and what we actually spend time doing usually don't line up. Can we see that in our own lives a little bit?
Yeah.
So the goal is, if you want to really show that you care about the things you say you care about, you have to start doing things that are going to associate with that. Even when it's tough. I hate the society that we live in now because it's all about participation medals and safe zones and safe areas. There are no safe areas in life. There's going to be pain. There's going to be tears. There's going to be uncomfortable situations. That's what life's all about. Don't let your why become your why not. I see this happen so often, and it kills me because half the time I end up caring about your why more than you do. I have someone join my business and they say, hey, I'm here to take care of my kids. I'm here to make sure my kids have a better life. Hey, where were you on Tuesday? Oh, I was with my kids. You're skipping events. You're not putting in the work and the time. You're not making those sacrifices to actually do what you want for your kids. See, if you actually want to help your family, you're going to have to spend a little less time with your family to be able to spend all the time with your family. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's that short-term sacrifice that nobody wants to make because it's hard. It's hard to walk out the door and go to a meeting or go to a 2-on-1 when your kid's crying. Don't leave, don't leave. That's heartbreaking. But it's something you have to do temporarily to make sure they never feel the pain that I felt. I don't have kids, but I was the kid. That's why I can have a voice on this. Because I wish my mom spent a little less time with me so I could have been more prepared for life. Because I wasn't. If you want to retire and that's your goal, it means temporarily work more to not have to work at all. Make sense?
Yeah.
If you want to travel and have fun, I see this a lot. I want to be able to travel and have fun and be able to enjoy my life. Well, temporarily put those things on hold to be able to do it bigger and better for the rest of your life. It is way more fun partying when you don't have to worry about bills than it is going to Coachella for 2 days and come back and be like, oh man, how am I going to pay rent? It is so much more fun to fly in first class than it is to scrape together pennies to try to go away and come back and not have any idea how you can feed yourself for the week. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's these short-term sacrifices that people cannot make in their life. That's why they never get the real reward. Because you have to make these short-term sacrifices. Every day that you're not working towards your why is another day that blank. If your goal is to retire your mother, every day that you're not making calls, every day that you're not working your business, every day that you're not progressing is another day that your mother's working. Your why is to help your kids have a college fund, or help them buy a house, or whatever it might be. Every day that you're not doing the things you're supposed to be doing in your business is another day that they don't have that. You need to make this connection. This needs to be stuck in your head every single day. The number one reason people fail in business is because of self-accountability. It's not because of the system. It's not because of the product. It's because of them. They go to a job because their whole life, from kindergarten, from preschool, all the way up to college, to employment, we're in a situation where we're told what to do. We're held accountable by getting fired, getting suspended or expelled, by rules that block us in and make us do what we have to do. In your own business, you don't have that. I'm your upline leader. I'm going to be here to help guide you, but I'm not going to control your life. I'm not going to try to. I'm not going to waste my time trying to control your life. If you want to get out of work after working a 12-hour shift, which I get is exhausting, and you want to pop on the Kardashians, so be it. You're not going to be able to retire your mom. You're not going to be able to get the things that you want. And you'll be working 12-hour shifts for the rest of your life. This is what I'm passionate about getting into people's heads. I know my presentation is not as fun as Mr. Morgan's or Mr. DeAndrea's. But this is a serious, serious subject. How many knows is your why worth? And does your why have a time limit? I have people that come into the business and they say, you know what? My why is I want to be able to retire my father. And then they quit a week later because their 5 friends said no. Well, I guess retiring your father didn't mean that much to you. Right? I don't care if I get 10 million no's every week. I'm still going to go forward.
That's right.
Woo. Yeah. Woo.
I don't care if it takes me 10 years. My why doesn't have a time limit. I will always keep pushing forward no matter what happens to me. Now we get into the golden circle and how we're going to use this why to build your business. See, Simon Sinek, if you don't know who Simon Sinek is, write his name down, YouTube him, get his books. He's one of my favorite speakers and theorists. He's just so brilliant with the way he thinks about things. Every company in the world tells you what they do and how they do it. Very few companies actually tell you why they do it. We're going to get into this little bit of science here. There's 2 parts of the brain. There's the limbic brain, which is your primal brain, and then the neocortex, which is the newest part of your brain. See, the neocortex is the what? This is the logical, analytical, rational part of your brain that drives language, right? Then the limbic brain is your why. This is your emotions. This is the trust. Trust is something you can't explain. It's there. Loyalty, emotion, behavior. Your behavior is driven from your limbic brain. There's no language behind it. You can't explain it. It's just there. And it drives decisions. So what is the understanding? The why is driving the behavior. So if I'm a company, do I want to care more about the what? Or do I want to care more about the why? The why. I want to drive behavior. I want to get customers. I want to get people on the products. I want to show people the business and make them take action. You have to go with the why. How we feel. We can't put our feelings into words, so we rationalize our decisions with factual statements. Like, she's funny, she's smart, she's beautiful. That's why I love her. There's 7.4 billion people in the world. Millions with those exact same qualities. So why this one? See, the thing is you fell in love first. You felt it first. Then your neocortex had to make sense of it. Does that make sense? You fell in love and then you go, okay, I love her, I feel this way because X, Y, and Z. But the feeling happened first. When you force people to make decisions based on facts, which is the neocortex, it almost always leads to people overthinking, which guarantees a longer, uncertain decision. When allowing people the opportunity to decide based on feeling it, it leads to an easier and fast decision. This comes from The Naked Brain, which is a great book by Richard Restak that I highly recommend. But this is why teachers always tell students, go with your gut feeling on multiple choice tests. Because your gut feeling is usually right. That's why when I'm presenting someone the business, hey, you can go home and research it all you want, but it either feels right or it doesn't. And usually people have that feeling within the first few minutes of even hearing about the business. That's why a lot of us, I was in my 4th month in the business before I even realized what pay gates were. I had no idea. My upline Blue Diamond had no idea what pay gates were. That's how quickly we moved and how we just kept moving forward. We were driving decisions. We knew this was the right place to be. I didn't have to research every single little angle on it. There's companies like Apple and Harley-Davidson. I love using these companies for example because these companies are the epitome of the why. If you're an Apple user, you're an Apple user till you die. If someone texts me and it's green, I don't like it. Right? I know.
He doesn't like me.
And I know wholeheartedly that Android's a better phone. I just will never buy one. And I don't know why. I have no idea why. This iPhone is just like the last iPhone, but I gotta get it. People will die for Apple. Half the times you watch an Apple commercial, it doesn't even say what the product is.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? If you watch an Apple commercial, it's about why they're doing it. It's about a movement. It's about their vision. Apple stands for something. Same thing with Harley-Davidson. Harley-Davidson is a brand, but people tattoo it on them.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Oh.
Like, imagine like tattooing Kellogg's on your arm. Yeah. Cocoa Puffs. Right? It's a product. It's a company that they're tattooing on their arm. Why are they doing it? They're doing it because it stands for something. It stands for something more than just a product. People that ride Harleys are a group. Right?
Yeah.
When I'm on my Harley, or Mr. Gambino's on his Harley, we see somebody else, you put the fingers down. You connect with each other. Before you even know who that person is. That's the limbic brain. Hearts and minds. You ever hear winning hearts and minds, that expression?
Yep.
Hearts equal the limbic brain, minds equal the neocortex. Realize it's winning hearts and minds, not winning minds and hearts. The hearts come first. Feeling comes before understanding. I can make a decision with 30% of the information. Anything more than 80% is too much. Just call them powerful. So all of you who probably have already done it, because we've all done it, and just wrote paragraph after paragraph after paragraph to our prospects when we first started talking to them. Hey, we got check marks, we got this, we got that, we got this. You're just destroying their decision-making skills. You're leading with the what instead of the why. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Human interaction, regardless of whether it's a business relationship, a company offering a product to a customer, or a date, it's the same rules ring true. You might get a couple of bites from people using the what, as opposed to the why, but you'll never build a foundation on core values and long-term attraction. When starting with the why, a lot more of the time, the what goes without saying. So let's pretend like I'm on some kind of dating site. Not hard to believe. If I had my opening line, say, hey, I'm a very successful person. I make tons of money. Many people look up to me. Want a date? Swipe left. Right? Maybe a handful of people will swipe right on that because they see the money and they're like, okay, I'm going to go after the money. But is that somebody I really want? No, because I didn't attract them with the why. Now, how about I get to wake up and do something that I love every day, and it allows me to inspire many people. I have been very fortunate that by helping others become successful, I've been able to have great successes for my family as well. How about that? Swipe right. I know you will. See how just a simple wording change gave off a completely different expression and feeling? When you're talking to somebody, be mindful of this. Be mindful of you, the other side of the conversation, how it will come across. Because a lot of times, we all probably got and tried to get recruited by other companies, and it was just a robotic text message that had no feeling to it whatsoever, and you can tell. Or maybe you said something and someone was like, did you get spammed? Did you get hacked? That's a bad sign. Right? That means that we're not leading with the why. So this is who's seen Peak Like a Pro, the video I put together? Okay, so I have that on our Team Fusion New England page, which is a video about what I'm about to go over. But I've started and recruited everybody with the same process since the day I started. I've recruited about 92 people personally with this system. And it's because I start with why. So my first thing is I say, hey, I have something you need to see. That's it. Not this huge paragraph. I say, hey, I got something I need you to see. I'm super pumped up. I'm super excited when I'm saying it. And I got something I need you to see. I start with something bold to grab their attention. The first thing I want you to understand is why this is so important to me. And I insert the Guile video. Who's seen the Guile story?
That's a good one.
I watched that live. When I first joined the business, Kirsty Medlock, who's a really good friend of mine, was the one that introduced the boy to that product. She's the one in the video, and she was sending me Snapchats as he was progressing. I got the Snapchat live of him taking his first steps. Like, I was at PBR's, and I'm like, dude, hey, look at this. I was so pumped up and excited, and that's what sparked my whole business, because of that emotion. People didn't even care what I was doing, they just saw what it was helping. So I start out with that 99.9% of the time, like, hey, I need you to see this. Most of the time they come back to you, yeah, so you just maybe try at work, or something like that. Sometimes you'll get a skeptic and be like, yeah, that's fake, you know, but that's the easy sort, you just get them out of the way. But most of the time they're like, wow, that was amazing, but I really don't understand what it is. Like, but now they're emotionally charged, right? They're emotionally pumped up, and so this is where I can send them the what? Like, hey, now that you know like why this is so passionate for me and why I'm so excited to show you this, now I'll show you what it is. I send them the product video. Because if you send a product video, there's no emotion attached to it. I mean, the British guy talking, it sounds pretty cool, but like, it's not something that's going to grab somebody. Do you know what I'm saying? If I started with the video of the product, if I started with the product testimonial, because you can start with a business testimonial, you can start, like I got to see David retire his mom live on Facebook, like that was emotional, you can send that video as well. But like, usually with the product, I follow up the product video. And then I'll go with the how. After you've seen the product video, which is a little bit longer than the guile video, then I'll go with a longer video that shows the how, the more detailed, complicated how. Now that their attention and they're emotionally charged up and they've seen the product video, I'll usually send my 2018 business overview. Now, whatever your upline uses and whatever your upline suggests or what you feel is best, use that. We also have business webinars that you can use. The business webinar is brand new, so I've been using the 2018 overview, and that's my back half presentation of the business. And the reason why I use that then, after having a lineup of smaller videos, because it's a 39-minute video. But some people are like, wow, it's 39 minutes, nobody's going to watch this. People sit through 2-hour movies that are terrible on the couch because they can't find the remote. Right? People pay money to go to movie theaters to find out the movie sucked. Like, this is what happens. If you edify something correctly, people will be excited to watch it. When I tell people this 39 minutes is going to give you information that changes your life, makes you think completely differently, you'll be a fool not to watch this 39 minutes. You best believe they're watching this 39 minutes. And in the video, the reason why I use my business part is because the very first thing I talk about, as you guys saw earlier this morning with the business presentation, is why people need this business. There's two things that you have to worry about when showing some of the business. Not only that our business works, because that's cool. Like someone's like, all right, well I already make money. Your business works. You're making money. Cool. That's cool. But I'm not going to do it because I don't need it. You have to show them why their industry might be in jeopardy. You have to show them why one source of income might not be the smartest way to go. You have to show them that there's two different kinds of income because some people don't even realize that.
Right. Yeah.
That's important. So that's what this starts out with. And so again, you can use whatever video that your upline suggests. The pass-off, this is where you get yourself out of the way. All you're going to do is now you're going to put your friend on the phone, who's emotional now, informed, and ready to act. And you're going to call them, you're going to say, hey, you're going to edify your upline leader. Good. Before you call your upline, don't do it while your upline's on the phone. That's very awkward for us. Don't do that. Then say, hold on, call, ding, ding, ding. Mr. Morgan, I got Tracy on the phone. I'm going to connect the call right now. You guys there? Yeah? Mr. Morgan, this is my friend Tracy. Mute. Tape a call. Record.
Yeah.
Record the call. That way, whatever Mr. Morgan says or your upline says, you'll be able to play it back later and realize, oh, they said this because of this. Everything we say is for a reason, in a specific order for a reason. You never interrupt, because you might not see where we're going with the conversation, but we already know where we're going with the conversation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this is the full process. This is the full breakdown. So, exciting statement. This is why it's so important to me. Insert testimonial. If it's a business, if it's a money motivated person and maybe not the product motivation, send like Tiana Lai has a great business testimony about how now she gets to spend time with her kids. That's still emotional. That's still powerful and it's money related. So you don't ever worry about losing somebody with too much emotion. Because a shock is the only one you have to worry about leading with this. But like we were talking, me and Miss Shaw were talking about, you'll never lose a shock because a shock's going to look at what you're doing anyway.
Yeah.
I got approached with this business by someone I don't even like. Truthfully. I still joined the business. I say, I don't want anything to do with you, but I'm still joining the business. Because I'm a shock. I'm not going to let an opportunity pass me by. I'm not going to let somebody else have success around me and me not know what's going on. So never be afraid to lose a shock. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because they might say no right off the rip, but they'll watch and they'll come around as soon as you have success. But you can build strong leaders and a strong business starting with the why. So this is what we already went over a little bit about the webinar, but this is what people are going to see when they click on the webinar. So the automated webinars are going to run around the clock. When someone clicks on the link that you said, they're going to see these stats and they'll be able to pick a time. Now you can tell them they can just watch yesterday's replay instantly.
That's what I'm going to do.
So there's always a video to watch. There's also always a countdown to the next half hour. So it is always going to be a video. When someone jumps on it, they're going to register it. When the registration thing pops up, they're going to pick which one they want. They enter their name, email, phone number, register now. Then this is the screen they see. So they're going to see a live chat with people talking. This is recorded, this is not live, but it looks live. Don't lie, don't say, hey, this is live. Just let people assume it's live. Makes them feel better. You know what I'm saying? And so this is exactly that presentation I gave this morning is the exact presentation that they'll see. Did you guys like the presentation this morning?
Yeah.
Here's a script, if you want to take a picture of it. There's many different scripts you use. This is one I've been using to get people on the webinar. Hey, so you know how tons of people have been going to companies like Uber, Airbnb to make extra money? I'm going to stop there. The reason why I do this is because I'm making referral a reference to something that they already know about. Airbnb and Uber are already edified very highly in society, right? People know that those are upstanding billion-dollar businesses that a lot of people are using for extra money. So that's why I'm referencing them when I talk about this business to make that connection in their mind. Well, I just heard of an online webinar going along explaining a system that has been helping thousands of people make extra money and doesn't require you to drive around town or even own property to rent out. Essentially, you don't even need to leave your house. LOL. I know a ton of people that this guy has helped. He's the real deal. So you're letting them know that you know me, because I'm the one doing the presentation, or we're going to have Mr. DeAndre's presentation and Ms. Marquise's as well. So you're letting them know that you know the person personally, because hi, I'm Darren, so you all know me personally now, that's doing the webinar. This is something you definitely need to check out. I speak like this. I speak bold. When I looked at my friends when I first joined this business, I looked them right in the face and I said, I don't care if you do what I'm doing or buy my product, but I promise you for the rest of your life you do not at least seriously look at this. And I said it so boldly that they got scared. FOMO, fear of missing out. They're like, okay, at least I'll look at it. After you looked at it, you've done your job. My job's not to sign them up. My job's to get them to look at it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Consistency. I can skip this slide. So, when you recruit someone with money alone, so we're talking about the what and the how, they will leave in tough times. And this happens, you see this everywhere. Like when you see a job application or a job offering somewhere, it's always incentivizing by using what?
Money.
Money. Always. When you attract people using money, so if I'm building a company, I put an ad, hey, I need people to come work here, up to a 6-figure income that you can make here. People are going to come here with the expectation of making a 6-figure income, and that's the only reason why they're really coming here. Business has ups and downs, correct?
Yeah.
No matter what business you're in. If you go through a slow season in your business and profits dip, they're dipping. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Their loyalty is to money, not your company, not your mission, not your values, not your vision, not your why. To money. when recruited by using your values and your why and the mission, people will make sacrifices to ensure the team wins no matter what. When you have companies like Amazon and Google, Apple, people will literally work for free to be a part of that environment, to be a part of building those companies. You ever notice that people are prideful of working for those companies? Not so much working for 99% of the other companies in the world, right? Nobody has loyalty to their boss, to their managers, to the company. It's to their paycheck. But if you have loyalty to the mission and the values, you're going to build a strong foundation of people that will never leave. Good times and bad times. And that's what you want to be in business with. I've built many successful businesses that have gone up and down, way up. And that's what happens. As long as you stay on an upward trajectory, you're good. But it's building the core of a great team culture. And that's my last part of this, is the team culture I'm going to go into. The team that wins.
Yeah.
The Pats, right?
Right.
We win more than any other team in the NFL. Just like Mr. D'Andrea said about the Celtics, which is true, it must be just a Boston thing. That we just take no-name people and we create a team that just can't be beat. All the time. Right? And coaches. The whole team plays. When the Patriots have a game, the entire team shows up whether they're playing or not, correct? Like everybody. The third string quarterback that knows he's never going to get a chance up there, he's praying for a Bledsoe moment, but it's not happening. He still shows up in uniform, right? The whole team shows up. They make sacrifices for the greater good of the team. How many times have we seen Patriots and Celtics take pay cuts to stay here? Besides Ray Allen. I'm still about that. Because they have the vision of the team. That's why big superstars don't last long by themselves here. Like LeBron James would not last in a Boston Celtics uniform. Because it's about the team, not about him. Make sense? Mm-hmm. They train hard, they practice hard, and they play hard together. How about this team?
Right.
Yeah.
You want to win like the Patriots?
Yeah.
So we're going to start acting like the Patriots. Everyone shows up whether they're playing or not. I hate when I have someone that says, oh, I'll show up when I start making money. That's like saying, I'm going to go to the gym once I start getting muscles. That makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, you guys just come because you're the ones that are making money. Pal. We're the ones making money because we come. Make sense? If you made a guess, and you're bringing a guest to this room, would you rather 3 people in the room or 300 people in the room? 300, right? So some nights, everybody on your team is going to be the 300. Some nights, you're going to be the 300 for somebody on your team. Whether you have a guest or not, you need to be here. You need to play your part. People that have an individual, selfish mindset never last in businesses like this. Because it's not just about you. I don't need to be here. I made the training, so I got this. I'm good. Like, I don't even need to be here. I'm here to show the value in it. I'm here in case you need me. Miss Leslie Fitzgerald doesn't miss an event because she's a nurse. What if you bring a nurse to the event and you're like, oh, nice, I get to introduce her to Miss Leslie Fitzgerald, and she decided to stay home that night? That's not cool, right? That's what we do. It's short-term sacrifices. Yes, it's Tuesday nights. Yes, and I get it. Some people can't get work off. I understand there are certain circumstances that are different. But for the most part, have that pride to be like, I'm playing team. Miss Danielle O'Neill, when she first joined the business, Miss 31-Day Sapphire, she went into her boss and was like, I can't work Tuesdays. She was like, I can't. And they put her on the schedule. She's like, absolutely not. Like I told you, I'm not coming on Tuesdays. Why do you think she went Sapphire in 30 days?
Right.
as a guy.
Yeah.
The system is why the Pats win.
Coach.
They listen to the coach. They believe in their leader. They trust in their leader. The leaders here will never steer you wrong. Listen to your mentor. Like, I don't talk just because I like the sound of my voice. It's funny because people think I like the spotlight because I'm always up here. I'm up here because somebody has to be up here. I'd much rather be in the back of the room just collecting paychecks and being quiet. But I'm not going to just talk just to talk. If I say something to you, it's to help you. I only get paid if you get paid. Why would I steer you in the wrong direction? I've been there and done that. Has anybody had their parents give them advice when they were a kid and you didn't understand it until you became an adult and you're like, oh shit. Right? Same thing. If we give you advice, if we try to steer you in a direction and you might not quite understand it right away, you will understand it 4, 5, 6 months, a year into the business and be like, oh man, okay. That makes sense. And if you listen right up front, I'm posing for a picture, hold on. Usually you catch me, I'm like, I'm telling you, if you listen right up front, it's going to save you a lot of heartache. It's going to save you a lot of hard work. Because I came in, I wasn't coachable at all. I didn't follow the system. I was just really, really energetic. I had built a lot of influence because I had built businesses elsewhere. So I was able to recruit a lot of people real quick. But I hit a wall super quick because I wasn't listening to the parts that I didn't understand. If you've never been in a business like this before, there's parts of it you're not going to understand until you go through it. I'm trying to help you avoid as much pain as possible. That's my job. My job as your mentor is to jump in front of the bullets for you. You have to allow me to do that by listening. Make sense?
Yeah.
How about this? Being a sold-out fan. How many people are a sold-out fan of the Patriots?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have Tom Brady tattooed on your nipple?
No.
There are people out there that are so die-hard fans of their team that they have a quarterback tattoo on them. Or the Patriots symbol tattoo on their head. Everybody is, who has a sports tattoo on them? See, we got a couple in the room right now. Right? Posing for another picture. Being a sold-out fan for a team that is our team, we're prideful from Boston, that's why we're sold out for them, right? How about being a sold-out fan for the team that's going to get you paid? The team that's going to help you help you. You're in the gear, the team fusion gear. When we go out as a team together anywhere, we're always rocking our team fusion gear. Me and Nick are even the crazy bastards that got tattoos. I have like 400 tattoos on his ankle. We made a pledge back in Anaheim 2 years ago that, oh, we're all going to get tattoos. I was the only one that did it. Nick followed me a year later, and I guess I was right too. But it was one of those moments I'm like, all right. Always good. But I did it. You know why? Because it means something to me. I'm a sold-out fan. I don't have Boston Celtics tattoo. I mean, I love the Celtics. I don't have a tattoo of them. I love the Patriots. I have a tattoo of me. I'm not that crazy about hockey, but I don't have a tattoo of me. I have the Team Fusion logo tattooed on me because it represents what's changing my life and changing thousands of other people's lives.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you don't know, TeamFusionStore.com is where you can get all the Team Fusion gear. And all that money goes back into the market funds to be able to pay for events and help pay for Carnegie Pro and stuff like that, TeamFusionFamily.com. But when someone sees a group of people all wearing the same logos with cool sayings on them, or the little baby with the little baby beanie and mom boss and like cool shirts, like I love them. I love the shirts. It sparks up conversation. And it's showing your pride. Supporting the right team. These teams, as much as we love them, they do absolutely nothing to help you reach your goals. Yes or no? They cost you time, money, and energy to watch others live their dreams. Yes or yes?
Yes.
You benefit them. You benefit them way more than they benefit you. This this team does everything to help you reach your goals. Your time, energy, and money goes directly to living your dreams. The team benefits you. So when I see somebody like skip an event to go to a sports game, or staying home because they're watching the hockey game on TV, or the basketball game, I'm like, what are you doing? You're paying money to watch somebody else make millions of dollars. And probably be upset because they lose. And you're skipping the event that's going to help you live your dreams. So many people get caught up watching other people live their dreams. So many people know every cast member of the Kardashians and what they're doing today because they're on Twitter watching them, but they've reached out to 5 people about this business. That's upsetting to me. I don't study sports teams or rosters or TV shows or characters. I study my business. Because that's what's going to mean something 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. When I'm on my deathbed, I'm not going to look back and be like, oh, thank God I knew the starting lineup of the 97 Chicago Bears. Never. Oh, it's a perfection.
You can tell him off.
The family. Any strong family has the strongest ties ever. I had to put Gambino up here. So, regardless of what side of the law you're on, you know Hell's Angels, right? Hell's Angels are known for what? Sticking together. The mafia. No, they're sticking together. They're protecting each other. Firefighters, military, Marines. What are they known for? Sticking together. The brotherhood, the family. Your brother's keeper, your sister's keeper. That's what you need to have here. I want to, before anything else, I don't care if you know every ingredient in the product. I don't care if you know how we get paid. I care if you care about the person to the left and to the right. That's what matters. That was cute. That's what matters. This is happening in family.
Yeah.
You mess with one of us, you have to deal with all of us. Family for life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you guys get something from today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We had. She's just not winning.
I need to go back to the bar. I'll leave now. No.
I love it. I love the excitement. I love it. Came all the way down from Vermont.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of fun, a little bit of excitement, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of tears, a little bit of pain, a little bit of excitement, right? That's what these events are about. So what I want you guys to do is for the people that are on your team that aren't at this event, you need to go let them know what they missed.
Yeah.
Because each event that we have is going to get better and better and better. And they're never going to be the exact same event. I promise you that. We will always give you some new value. Every time. But even like the DFY every Tuesday, whether it's a different speaker or not, is usually relatively the same thing. That's how people learn this business. That's how Mr. Morgan and Mr. Gambino learned the business so quick, is they came and followed me around while I was presenting PBRs, and they listened to the same presentation 3 times a night, because we were doing 2 or 3 PBRs a night, and over and over and over. Repetition is the mother of all skill. But I do like to add new value. I do like to add new value. I want everybody to be able to get something new from every event they come to, whether it be a DFY, a regional, an ILA. Who's going to homecoming?
Yes! Woo! Yes!
This is where I love to see. I truly feel that this is the best group that we've ever had. Because this is power in numbers. But I want you guys to make a promise to yourselves that a year from now, you're still in these seats. Even though we're not going to be in this room, because this room's going to be too small.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
So we did great on time. So So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a power up. We're gonna break up, go with you.